some of the stuff you guys have done before, so that stuff you could go harder on if you want to. Where should we go? Let's start, guys, on our hands and knees. There we go.
That song my daughter-in-law kills me for.
I had a dream that my daughter-in-law kills me for the money.
And you're like the dream part.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have 2 teenage daughters, I don't know all the words.
She's good. You listen to the lyrics. It's not, it's pretty much a story.
She always is telling the story. Yeah, she's always.
Sorry. Okay, let's start, see, I'm gonna take my hands a little bit away from my. Center. Okay, and what we're gonna do is take that child's pose position to a. Sort of like a plum crescent, okay, so. Hips and butt are gonna go back. You guys take your legs wide over there, I'm gonna take together. Then I'm just going to sort of rock forward, drop the hips. I'm gonna look up. And then I'm gonna push back to that child's pose position. Let's do 6 nice and slow. You need to kind of give yourself a little wiggle. Either in that child's pose position or in that bottom position is pressing. Shift your hips. Side to side. Alright, when you guys are done, let's just spin our hands in. Okay, so spin our hands back underneath those shoulders. And for upper bodies, we're gonna do 6 if each, so we're gonna do 12 total, okay, 6 short. Okay, so we're gonna go bend elbow, bend arm, rotation. Rotating away, just think about pulling that elbow in and pushing it out. Then a long arm. 6, okay, 12 total. If you want with a long arm, you could drop the shoulder down. The floor, bend that. Or try to breathe. Breathe as you rotate. Let's rotate if we need to. Like. My son, I have a video session. And my son and my daughter, I think they get rid of a bunch of clothes that don't fit them anymore. So I've been very proud of it. Yeah. I think also they have one style where they have like eye. Yeah, the travel. Yeah, the Apple one, pull it over your eyes, so you. When you guys are done, we're just gonna do some hip circles, knee circles, and we're gonna go to our belly. And the hip circle, what I want you guys to do is both directions, so you could do 5 clockwise, 5 counterclockwise, or you could go 5 to 10, depending on kind of how tight stiff those hips are, but just like at least 5 each direction, so there's 10 total. Start with little tiny circles, please, make a bigger piece. Try to relax. Ooh, kind of get this. Where about? All right, on our belly, what we're gonna do is I call these blackbird, okay, so I'm gonna start with my hands in the overhead position, they are on the floor, they're relaxed. Okay, I'm going to lift. I'm gonna big feet, so I'm just gonna big try to extend my arms. As I get to my hips, I'm gonna rotate palms to the ceiling. And then sort of pull my hands, elbows and shoulders together, and relax. All the way. Let's do 6, nice and slow. Have it breathe down there. Do anything in your back, gentle pull the elbows and the shoulders up if you're tight. I got it. Two things here. Go 6 on this. We're gonna start here with our opener, okay? So I'm gonna rotate, open. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of take my legs for a little bit of a lift, okay, a little rise. So I'm gonna lift those legs up, over really slow. All the way. Then I'm gonna close this left arm. I'm gonna do my rotation. Nice and slow, stiff around my left side of my right. Slow, as you bring those legs over, just try to exhale. 6 toes, like 3 on each side. I can do a couple more. We could do. Just try to breathe. That rotation position goes good. You guys can stand. Please hold this there for a little breath or just do. And we're gonna roll into our back. Over.
Still think I'll never go find another.
Actually, hold on, you guys want to give you a band.
Still actually.
If you have one, grab the band. Get some hamstring for it if you want. Right. You actually don't need this one. Someday, Chris, we'll get there. You. Well, hopefully not gonna say that with you. Relax, okay? All right, when you guys do this, make sure your shoulders are not up, cover your ears, okay? Try to relax the upper body. I'm gonna hold one leg up and I'm gonna move the non-banded leg slowly up and down. Okay, let's do 8 each leg. While I'm moving that leg, I'm trying to get a nice little stretch of the banded leg. I feel mostly hamstring a little bit into my calf. You don't feel much. What you could do is move your foot around. Turn your toes to your face, point your toes up. A little, what we call the nerve pausing. Doesn't feel good to do that. Got it. Just really relax the upper body. Hold still. Okay, when you guys are ready, let's come to this. Actually, let's come to a half kneeling position. Just grab on this. All right, let's do a little 3-way hip flexor stretch. Let's do 6 each side. If you guys want to, you can do all in one position, then switch. Okay, so it looks like this, right? Here's our forward position. Okay, here's our center position. What I'm doing is shifting my weight into that, right? Into that way. And then here's this line. Just in there. You know, hold that, stretch my quads, so that hip a little longer than you. That's your butt. Be a little more stretch. Let me know what you think. Well, look, if there's something I can do that you'd like to do, we'll add that in. Make sure we got time. Well, let's do your toe touch, the deep squat, and you guys are ready. Just check in, maybe even just one, if it feels okay this morning.
It feels tight, yeah. That works.
From you. You're good. But I see. Everybody's a little stiffer. Driving. Sitting driving. You get anywhere quick from here.
No.
Now, when you guys are ready, you gotta grab a drink, I'm gonna go over, we got
three movement little circuit here. There's a lot of core.
okay, we could do one set of these. Even just wearing a sort of chocolate ruler. So if you guys find chocolate ruler, I tried to clean it up, but I'm not sure what happened. We go through one.
I don't want you guys to feel this in your lower back, or any place bad. So I would go with the least amount of reps possible, okay, for today, just to make it as easy as possible. You can always make it harder later. You will need a ball.
I'm gonna show you guys for your side slams. There's stand out, you guys can also slam, okay, instead of the ball. Okay, you might also want a dumbbell instead to rotate. So I'll show you both rotations, both ways you can do the side core, and then you guys can hit the side. First exercise you guys are doing is, so little combination, push up, hand release to a push up, okay? I want you to make the push ups as easy as possible. So if they're elevated, you can bar, or bench, knee, okay? Basically what you're gonna do is, so either take your nose, push up position, hand release. So I'm gonna just pull my hand up. Okay, imagine if you had a dumbbell, you would just be like front, right? So 5 each hand. Okay, and then what I would do is try to put my knees down and do 5 push-ups. Okay, or you can stand up and you can do 5 push-ups elevated. Okay, again, I want it to be as easy as possible, okay, so think about, we're just warming up shoulders, chest, biceps, okay? When you guys are done, so you're gonna stand up. Okay, side to side slam, I want you guys to really try and just focus on core, okay, as you slam. So you can come up and all fully extend, okay, and just a side. Side. Now, you guys could also do this in a tall kneeling position. The benefit of this is that you are closer to the ball, okay? You're not gonna have to squat as much. Okay, so okay, like a rainbow, you're gonna bring it up and then you're gonna sort of side crunch, okay? If you guys don't wanna do that, what you could do instead is a seated flip, and you can rotate side to side. Okay, you could do that with the dumbbells, side, side. Okay. Then you guys, usually your goal is 15 pounds. As you guys want Last thing you guys know, you've done these, is our reverse squats, okay, or also known as knees to chest. Okay, slow. Just saying 5 to 10, nice and slow and nice and controlled. Okay, all right, so 5 hand release. Think about swinging your hand up off the floor. Okay. If you need to place the knees on the floor and do 5 push-ups, you can adjust your hands if you need to go wider. Make them as easy as possible. I'd probably rest. Yeah, you guys rest 30 seconds in between. Or I would at least rest after your side to side slams. Yeah. Like another. Sarah, I also set a 20-pound ball or 25. That's good. I would go for something later. No, so it's 20. Yep, side to side. Now, guys, this is 8 to 10. You can start with 4 each side, 5 each side, work your way up to 8 to 10 each side. It is going to elevate your heart rate. Please let me know if there's anything. Just think side to side. Bend the knees, push your butt back, kick the ball or the bag up. Then you rest. You can work on our breathing down on the floor, but you have at least time for your rest. Without falling. Just like you would pull a dumbbell as you have. Nice and slow. On your reverse squat or your side knees to chest. Oh yeah, you're fine. Okay, let's do 2 sets. We'll trim some sets somewhere else. Pardon me. Our face not pain. Yeah. Yeah, you guys got knees, just think, put that hand up. 5. 5 push-ups, make them easy. Got it. Second knee. Those hips side to side. And take a breather. Nice and slow, you guys, specifically on how, as you push your feet and your knees back out. Always steady, little tension in your fuzzy. Don't forget to breathe somewhere. That warmed up.
The first set we're gonna do is a lot of work for the back of our body. So upper back, mid back. Glutes, hamstrings, and then quads. So before I do a sort of a big strength set like this, I really like to get my core warmed up to make sure that my back, my lower back specifically, and hips, are being controlled by a core as well as regular muscles. So I really like to kind of warm up the belly and the core a lot before we do this heavy lifting. But please, you guys, let me know if you have some feedback from these 3 core exercises, any sore, any pain, lower back, no, later tomorrow, okay? Okay, we have 4 exercises that we are going to do together. So basically, we're gonna do our rows, then our deadlifts, then our presses, then our squats, and then we repeat. Okay, rest as you need. Now, there's options for each one. 8 to 10 reps is your rep range, okay? You're not trying to necessarily lift the same weight your first set as your last set, if that makes sense. What I might do is start light for the first set and gradually increase my weight. Okay, maybe on the second to third set, okay? 3 sets is our goal today. We could push it to 4 next time. We have a row, okay, you guys can do this, leg supported or without support. Really, we could do this standing also if we need to for our lower back. Tripod row, legs are gonna be on the floor, right? So feet are on the floor and we pull, right? Dumbbell or kettlebells. A bench supported row is very similar, except I'm going to support my leg with my hand. Okay, so half of the body is supported as you pull weight and then pull to the hips. Okay, you guys could rotate if it feels better. You could add movement to the head and sort of look as you pull. Okay, 8 to 10 each arm. Okay, so use the benches. If that doesn't feel good in your lower back, what I would suggest is probably a standing row. Okay, that way your arm is in line with your hand as you pull. Okay, deadlifts. You guys can do traditional. Okay, so kettlebell, bilateral kettlebell, beast. Okay, other options, sandbag. Okay, if you guys really like the suitcase, I would suggest sticking to the suitcase. Right, so here, pull up for traditional, pull up here for suitcase. Right. Glutes, hamstrings on that. When you guys finish your deadlifts, presses, okay, last time you had 2 choices. You guys could do push-ups, right, or bench press. Now I'm on the floor. You could do the floor. You could do a roller. You could do a bench. Elbows out on this one, unless there's pain.
Okay, so I'm gonna go elbows out, just like if I had a bar in my hands. Okay, coming down and then pressing up. Okay, if you guys rep, you could definitely do push-ups. We warmed up for those earlier. Okay, you can do bench press, foam roller press, like I said. Last thing is your squats. Okay, so goblet squats or dumbbell squats, heels elevated or flat. I'll let you guys decide on that one. So first exercise, we're gonna target the mid-back lats. Each arm. With our deadlift, we are targeting glutes and hamstrings. Give me this.
Put it in suitcase, so you'll wear well.
Guys, let me know if you need anything for weights or if you have questions. Okay, the first round might feel not necessarily easy, but easier than maybe 3 and 4. Also rest as needed. Maybe 30 to 40 seconds between each one, or lower body exercises are probably going to get your heart rate up more in the upper body. 8 to 10 presses or 8 to 10 push-ups. Those presses can be done right on a bench. Okay, elbows out, push in and up. Okay, if there's pain in this position, what I would do is take my elbows in and push from an elbows in position. We are targeting triceps, back of the arms, and chest, delts with our presses. Eight to 10 reps. Then we have goblet squats or some squats. And we're gonna get our quads. These can be done with heels elevated or with heels flat. I can definitely tell you guys what the difference is on those. You can do this with one weight. Okay, so the goblet squat looks like this. I hold a weight in a goblet position, right? And I do rest this on my chest. Okay, I'm gonna squat. Now, you guys could elevate your heels, do that same thing. If the up position doesn't feel good, what I would maybe do instead is take 2 weights in the down position and squat. That way. Okay, flat or elevated. You could also hold your weight like this, you guys, it's putting on more of a bow tie than a goblet. Okay, then I'm dumbbell. Dumbbell or kettlebell, keep the weight close to your legs, close to your body. Let me know if you want a modification. Yep, you got it, Meredith. You can hold it anyway. You can hold it down. I just say you got, I picked that up, you're like, what the hell? You wanna go up one? What was that? Here, I'll give you. This is lighter. And this is. This is lighter, this is 10 kilograms, 12 kilograms. And I just want you to see the difference. Size of them. You gotta guys get your shoulders kind of moving with your elbow. So the muscles from the back of your shoulder down into the lat, right back to the armpit area. Good, Karen, move it. If you guys feel like you need to move your head, you could rotate that head with your arm. Only need 8 reps, guys. Tight core, guys. Keep the belly tight as you pull that weight off the floor. Bother you. Good care. Yeah, keep those shoulders down. Doing good, okay? Everybody's good. Only need 8 reps, guys. Especially if we go up and we get a ball. And then it'll be hard to do the weight selection, but only 8 reps. You go too heavy or too light. Go both ways on that. Shoot for 3 sets. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a little girl, our house was never forget to look at my father's face and he gathered me up in his arms and raced to the prison building on pavement.
So let's see, throw that thing. Just make sure your toes are.
I'm nowhere near it.
Sometimes those dumbbells are best.
Yeah.
I was about running kettlebells. Right.
Doing great, you guys. Then you got your squats after your presses.
Try to keep your belly tight, okay, when we're doing basically everything, but the most important, I would say, is probably deadlifts and your rows, and a bent over position. Lower back can be vulnerable in that position, especially after we pick everything up off the floor. We're letting it over. The next set, we're gonna kind of slow down a little, stretch out those lats that you guys are working pretty hard right now. And our hamstring. Tends for this, Jimmy, it's a part, it's your side. And then we have hamstring curls, we're gonna go over different ways we can do those. Chris, you like loud if you want, yeah, go over that. Find the other one. We're ready, that, figure out some more. Especially because we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They were using them Monday, Friday afternoon. Guys, with the legs, push yourself away from the floor. Parents, we're ready, so we're gonna do a pullover. Actually, we're not pausing though, let's take that out. Yeah, so. When you guys are ready, on our uh, second strength set. We only have 2 movements, we're in a superset. You guys could do your pullover bilaterally, single arm, alternating. You guys have done a lot of variations on this one. So. Then I'm gonna go over a bunch of hamstring variations, just for everybody here and at home, okay? Pullovers, so I would probably definitely do this at least on a roller or elevate your back or a bench, okay? 8 to 15, you guys can do this slow, keep the stretch and the pause. Okay, you can go 1 arm at a time. Alternating. Okay, if you guys need to rotate, move the hand, some of your shoulders might feel better that way, okay? If you want, you can go together, okay? Start bringing both arms overhead together, just take it really slow as you pull over, you can always come forward faster. Okay, lats, okay, nice big stretch in the lats. Forward hamstrings, we've got to look through a lot of different hamstring curls. We can use a stability ball, we can use a foam roller. I have a chair set up with a band. I'm also gonna show you guys what that might look like. Okay, so you can take your feet on the ball. Okay, I would really actually start by supporting the calves, getting a really good coverage there and support, okay? You're gonna push your hips up just like you would the roller. Okay, just a little bit of hover or the tracks. You can use the tracks and you can pull in and out. Okay, so we have hamstring curl on your back. Okay, stability ball. Foam roller would be very much similar. Okay, just is a little bit lower, right, to the floor. Okay, you guys can do your Belly hamstring curl is obviously way too light, but on your belly, take your dumbbell, right, get your hips set up, and curl. Okay, you can also do this on a bench, okay? Chris is doing a seated version. Okay, so you guys could take a seat on a bench. If you have not done it this way, I would suggest trying it. Okay, you can do 1 foot at a time. This really acts like a shoe, so you'll put it on, it's like a shoe, you put it, you're gonna go in, support your heel, right, sit back. And pull. I use this seat cushion so that my heel doesn't drag on the floor. Some of you guys are not going to need to do that. Okay, so you're just gonna pull your heel into butt and relax. Not this. Don't let the knee shoot up. Just stay knee down. Hold the hamstring. Okay, you guys can see. I would start with a single leg on this one. If you guys aren't trying, and you can always go to a bilateral. Okay, we're gonna at least do 2 sets. Okay, give me 2 sets at least. It is the first week. So up to 15 pullovers. You don't need to do that many. You could stick to 8, 10 on that. Hamstring curls. As many as you can do, or to a burn. Probably will be anywhere from 10 to 20 reps on that, depending on who you are and your hamstring. Don't think about pulling hamstrings to your butt. Okay, so you'll pull it in towards your butt, but yeah, you just touch your butt. And then you will then get there. You'll get back to. Right? Feel like you're going to pull where you that. You feel back to the way out, yeah. Sometimes, Meredith, when I have people to start with this,
Yeah.
I'm going to give a little weight and push down on your knee.
Okay.
You can always just squeeze your hand.
Okay.
Just kind of like, sometimes I'll just keep your hand there.
Yeah. And your whole ring, yeah.
You always have to stay a little bit off. So you can, that way you can secure your other foot
Oh, yeah.
to the floor.
Yeah.
Or what I would have you do is sit on this and then put a pad under your foot.
Okay.
I just like the foot to be flat.
Yeah.
That way you can anchor yourself, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Do this here for you. Now I do have another
Here, I'm done.
strap for you guys if you want to do a single leg over instead of second station up. I'll bring this one back here and use it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. 2 sets at least, you guys. You could go to a 3rd set, but we do have one last set if we get there. Oh boy. That's not gonna work. Oh, I'm Chris, I'm coming with a band. First one I got was a little too crazy, I didn't like that. Yeah, I feel it. Should feel your back though. Yeah. Now, 15 points, you have a longer hair than Meredith and I. Right about there. So you may need more buttons. Thanks for telling us you. So the other thing you can do is go faster. This is one that you can go faster, as long as you don't feel the ease and you don't feel it back. Okay. The other things, right, okay. The other thing you could do is sometimes longer hamstrings the longer pump. Division of the hamstring, right, so they're trying to like. Sort it into that, sort of, right. Ours already sort of sorted. We'll be able to go that far, it would like go a little farther, because we make mostly just my key to go longer. Go learn. My, right. I'm not just the exact opposite. Should go, okay, you can try to, I would just stick with one if you have done a lot of.
Okay,
Oh,
no, you're good. You're good. Oh, will I be okay? You go first.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, once you show. Yeah, that stuff is a little different narrative. Same concept. Mary, that was kind of be similar to, I mean, the seated leg extension machine.
Okay,
You know, what I'm talking about?
oh, yes,
Where you
Gotcha.
sit and you,
yeah,
instead of. Right, your leg will be out like this and you'll
yeah,
pull
you're
it.
pulling back,
Yeah.
yeah, we have
You
one.
probably have two hamstrings, so you- one leg is like flat on your belly.
You don't have that,
Okay.
this is why, yeah, like why, you gotta always like manipulate the one,
Yes, and some
This is
places
weird.
always have that one, some places don't.
yeah,
See,
we have the other one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be very similar.
but like you can also like push it out and then pull it back, you know, so you can push out or pull back.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, I'm pulling you out.
I think sometimes places think it's overkill to have two
Yeah,
hamstring, or yeah, hamstring extension machine. But one, they're already, one's sitting and one's.
right, pulling back, yeah. So yeah, you can like shift it, like I can either pull out or I can shift it and have it here pull back. So, yeah, or I can say, yeah. You said two?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 sets, yep. And then we'll go to the last part. Delts. Got options for you guys for delt.
Do low one down, surprise.
Yeah, so you, road, you can always go a little heavier, I'll show you. So last set we do have delts. If you're not ready for that, don't worry, I'll go over it again. Delts, you guys know, these last things we did, various delts. Which you guys could stick to, your front raise. And we have a side raise. And a rear raise. Okay, you do one of each, you could just stick to side raises, you could just stick to front raise. Upright rows, also a really great, anterior to the front delt or side delt. Upright row, you guys will also maybe probably be able to go a little heavier. If you wanted to go heavier, that might be the exercise of choice. Upright row looks like this. I hold the dumbbells at my hips and I'm just gonna pull up. Very similar, right? I'm just pulling with the arm and the delt. Run up and down. Not about how high, okay, I'm about underneath the chest, rib area, okay, but I can feel the delt. Okay, you can do one at a time if you're not sure. You can take that hand, rest it on the delt, and pull. Okay, as many as possible to a burn. That'll probably be 12 to 20-ish on our upright rows. You guys have done side delt raises probably enough to know that 8 to 10 of each might give you a good burn on that. Okay, so we got upright rows. Also known as sometimes a high pull. Okay, now on our last exercise, one of two things, a rubber band, a fabric band, whatever you decide or you like. Abduction side glutes can be done I'm gonna show you one of two ways. You can also do clamshells, sideline leg lifts, okay? In this program, we're gonna either do a hydrant. Okay, up to a burn. Many as you can, it'll probably be about 10 to 15, or a seated ABD. Okay, there's machines at the gym that you would sit in, it's very similar. You sit in a machine, right? Your feet are down, might look more like this on a bench. Okay, the band's around my knees, my feet are together, I'm gonna lean forward, and I'm going to push with both knees. Okay, and I probably do the fabric band on that, it's just gonna give me a better burn. You can always do one leg abduction at a time. Okay, you can go lower, you can go to the floor. Okay, get a big range of motion in the hips. You can do it this way. Do a burn on that. It's probably gonna be, depending on what you do, the hydrants, you're probably not gonna need as many reps as a seated version. Again, you guys could also do clamshell. Absolutely, that'll work. Side banded steps. Some of you guys really like those. Right, side steps, probably do with a little bit of a shorter band, but you guys get the idea. You can always do those side steps in replace of hydrants or your seated ABDs, clamshells. Two sets, you guys. If you got time for 2 sets, give me 2 sets. If not, you could do 1 set, blow it out. Super. For the ABDs, the side glutes, you guys, everyone sort of has different hips, right? The different socket, the ball, and your hip joint, a little bit different for all of us. So some of these movements might not feel good for you. I want you to pick a side glute exercise that feels good for you, that you get a good burn. If it's a clamshell, stick to that. If it's a hydrant, stick to that. If it's a banded side step, right, stick to that. If you're not sure, I would definitely try all of them. Not at once, but or on the same day. Terrible.
But, and you do both of these at the same time, through the poles while you're doing that. That's almost like the chicken dance.
Yes, that would be coordination right there.
You could call it chicken move.
You probably could do that at the same time. The other version that you can do is a wall sit.
Oh,
With a AD, but I thought you guys would not appreciate that. Or just period, like.
Yeah.
Wall sit, plus AD, like. Prepare for your dough. Work, right, just don't shrug, just think about, yeah, lifting up. I'll talk to you. 30, yeah, that's I'm sorry.
Cause then that gives us a half an hour and then I can get over here. Thank you.
If you feel pressed for time, I can do 4. That's up to you.
No, 30 is good.
Let's put down.
Perfect. Yeah.
Good morning. It's, hello, this is Karen.
Hold on, we got some big tops.
It's with flowers. It's water leaking. So, but yeah. Yeah, it's part of something.
That would have ruined your workout.
Sweaty butt already.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. I think it's between 15 years. I looked it up, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good job.
Oh, yeah. Little wet.
Yeah, easy. Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
Bye, thank you.
Tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Jason, we go to the. Yeah, today, the clinic.
Go sick.
Oh, you know, people are miserable. I have not had to like say this the whole time.
Oh, you got this.
This morning, a little bit of. Oh, going out to bed. Doesn't get used to it. Uninterrupted and sleep.
There you go, Karen.
But I just wanted to check that, because I'm pneumonia or something, you know?
Walking pneumonia is going